guys, I'm back for my Raw review, and now where to possibly start except for the return of Brock Lesnar. Seriously, when Brock Lesnar's music hit, I'm talking about, yeah, like the very last bit, but I don't care, because Brock Lesnar returning is like more interesting than like the whole rest of Raw. So no, seriously, when his music hit, it was just like awesome. It kind of would have probably been better if, you know, like it hadn't like kind of leaked that he, you know, was like possibly returning, because obviously the crowd were already chanting for Lesnar like before he actually came out, so that kind of like made John Cena's like, you know, promo not really that amazing, because they were just chanting for Lesnar the whole time, even though Cena was talking about The Rock. But no, seriously, it's awesome having Brock Lesnar back. He literally just came out. Yeah, see, right, okay, this is kind of awkward because I'm talking about like, you know, the like end kind of bit first. Shall I just, no, I'm going to talk about it anyway, I don't care. So Cena's in the ring trying to like, you know, talk about The Rock, like, you know, thanking The Rock and telling him that he now respects him after WrestleMania, that he thinks he's the greatest superstar ever, and it's like, oh, you know, seriously Cena, you know, why, oh, anyway. So he's gone back to his normal annoying Cena kind of self. So anyway, he's saying that he wants The Rock to come back out, so that, you know, he can tell him all this kind of stuff to his face. So, but obviously the crowd have been, like, chatting for, like, you know, saying, we want Lesnar for ages. Cena's trying to cover it up by, like, saying, you know, strange crowd, you know, that's why I love Raw, but, you know, I want The Rock. Anyway, so they're still chatting Lesnar. So anyway, then Lesnar's music hits, and he also, obviously, because I haven't actually seen Lesnar since, like, you know, he left WWE in, like, 2004. So I wasn't, you know, really sure, like, obviously, I know that obviously he went to, like, UFC and all that, so obviously he was still going to be big, but seriously, he is huge. But no, seriously, it was awesome. I'm so glad that he's still got the same music, because obviously Lesnar's music was one of my, like, favourite, like, kind of musics ever, so, you know, the crowd just went insane just when he did his little, I can't even do it, you know, his, like, little, like, jumpy thing that he does when he gets up, like, you know, when he, like, first enters, like, the arena. So, anyway, so he walks down to the ring, and Cena's all there, like, all, like, goofy, like, smiling, like, hey, it's Lesnar, and it's like, oh my word, would someone seriously react like that? Anybody else in the WWE wouldn't, you know, be all like goofy looking and smiling and clapping because Lesnar came back. So anyway, Lesnar got in the ring and, you know, went to like shake Cena's hand, then he like picked him up to like do the F5, and Cena like did like a total John Laurinaitis. He was just like staring at the floor, and it's like it shows some emotion. Try like look like you're trying to escape, not just, you know, happily take it. But then obviously Lesnar hit the F5 on him, which was cool. It wasn't quite, you know, as awesome of an F5, you know, as it used to be, but obviously I'm going to, you know, let him off because it was his first time back after, like, you know, like 8 years. So anyway, so Brock Lesnar's back, people. That is like really awesome. So hopefully, yeah, obviously I'm assuming he's obviously going to be like feuding with Cena first to start with, but yeah, I love Brock Lesnar. For those of you who didn't watch wrestling back when Brock Lesnar was around the first time, you missed out, because some people on my forums are like, oh, I, you know, wasn't really that interested in seeing Lesnar because, you know, I never watched it before, and I'm like, oh, I feel so sorry for you, because obviously he was awesome, except for scrap that match with Goldberg, that was horrible, but the rest of Brock Lesnar's career before that was awesome. So anyway, hi guys, that was a kind of real launch, like, straight into, like, you know, the whole Raw review thing, but seriously, this episode of Raw was absolutely awesome. So why couldn't they have done this kind of standard of Raw as the go-home show before WrestleMania, because this one was, like, completely amazing. Everything was so, like, I literally, like, watched the whole thing, didn't, like, skip anything. Or maybe, did I skip one match? Possibly. I'm not sure, but, you know, it was like a really good, like, all-round kind of show, and obviously a really good follow-on to, like, WrestleMania, because obviously sometimes after WrestleMania it kind of, like, goes flat and everything's a bit, like, dull for a while, but no, they're continuing in the kind of, you know, trend that they had of Raws before WrestleMania, which is good. So anyway, start of the show, so I can go back to the beginning now and not just, like, launch into, like, you know, the whole end of it. But no, so at the start of the show, it's like, shows like a tape from like backstage. Laurinaitis has got all like the wrestlers there, and you know, he's talking about, you know, his like new regime, which is going to be called People, is it People Power? Something like that. I was going to say Power to the People, and I'm like, no, that's not right. People Power. And so he makes Santino be in a triple threat match against Ziggler and Swagger for the US title, and then Punk comes in and starts saying that, you know, they all still think he's like a tool, like Laurinaitis is a tool and stuff, and Laurinaitis is like, oh, you're such a, you know, a prankster, Punk always making jokes, you can you know, be in a title match against Mark Henry tonight. So two fairly decent matches to kind of start the show. So at the very start, obviously, because it's still in Miami, right, I've got to say, this crowd were incredible. They were just so like insane, you know, all like the chants and stuff, and they were just like one of the loudest crowds that I've heard in absolutely ages, and I was thinking, why couldn't they have had this crowd at WrestleMania? I know it was different at WrestleMania, it was in an outdoor stadium, so obviously the sounds and stuff were obviously not going to be as loud as they would be in an indoor arena, but still, this crowd were like so much better than the one at WrestleMania. So anyway, The Rock comes out, you know, it's quite crazy. Like, obviously I know it was in Miami, but the reaction that he got, it was like really like insane. All the kind of like thank you Rock and all that kind of stuff chants. But anyway, so he says that he actually has to thank Cena, you know, for the match. And it's like, oh, you know, you guys are all like getting all like soppy about each other now. I think you're great. I respect you so much. And it's like me. But you know, the Rock, this was a good. I did enjoy this promo by The Rock. I thought it was one of his better ones. So he says he has to thank Cena and the people, and you know, the people kind of waiting to hear like what Rock's going to do from now, and that, you know, they're expecting this to be it. But he said this is only just the beginning, and that he had a vision of himself, and that vision is of him being the WWE champion. So obviously that is implying that he is planning to kind of obviously not stick around like every single week, but he is going to be like kind of coming back every now and then and stuff, and that would be pretty cool. I can just imagine a feud between The Rock and CM Punk. That would be pretty awesome, to be honest. But yeah, no, so that was the opening promo, so that was good. So then obviously, yeah, this triple threat match, Santino Marella facing Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger for the US title. I'm hoping that this is kind of leading to the inevitable the splitting up of like Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger, because I think Ziggler is really ready to kind of move on and kind of be on his own. But anyway, so they're double teaming Santino. You know, you can see what's going to happen in this. They're double teaming Santino. Ziggler goes for the pin. Swagger breaks it up. Like, what are you doing? You know, and then them two end up kind of like, you know, like brawling. Ziggler's on the outside, and Santino hits the Cobra on Jack Swagger to get the win. So obviously Santino manages to retain, but then Swagger and Ziggler are going after Santino at the ramp, but then Brodus Clay comes out and kind of defends Santino, and it's the most awesome headbutt in the world. Ziggler like charges towards Brodus Clay, but Brodus literally just ducks his head down. Ziggler like flies back ages. That was awesome. So that's good. I'm glad now that Brodus is finally starting to be put into like feuds with like the other like main like regular kind of guys. So happy stuff, that's good. So then they all dance on the stage. Santino dancing was hilarious. Come on, people, need to have a sense of humour here. A lot of people didn't like the whole like Brodus like dancing thing on WrestleMania, but it was just a little filler segment and it was quite funny. And I have to say sorry that I didn't actually do like my proper review, you know, of WrestleMania. Like I said, honestly, I did record it, but it would have taken so long to upload, and I was exhausted on Monday after working and, you know, staying up to watch WrestleMania. So I just thought, like, I basically said, you know, all my main views were in the other video that I put up, so yeah, so apologies for that, people. Maybe one year I will. I think I should just, like, not actually do the live reaction views and then just do a normal review, then maybe I'll do it. That was a really confusing sentence, I hope that made sense. Anyway, so then we had the debut of Lord Tensai. Tensai? I think it was Tensai. I'm not sure. Basically, like, to those people who used to watch ages ago, he's more commonly known as Albert, or A-Train, or the Hip Hop Hippo, for those of you who remember that. So, he looks pretty much the same, except for he doesn't have back hair now, which is good. So, that's fine. So anyway, so he's in a match against Alex Riley, and why has Alex Riley just turned into a jobber for? He was doing so good last year, you know, he was feuding with Miz, and, you know, being on, like, teaming with, I can't remember who he teamed with some, like, main event people in some kind of match, and I can't remember what that was all about. But seriously, why is he just a jobber now? But anyway, literally, I keep wanting to say Tensei. Tensei just destroys him completely with his moves, and I think he still did, like, you know, because I'm sure his move used to be called the I can't even say it, Boldo Bomb, when he was actually Albert, and I'm pretty sure that was still the same move, but then the ref just ends the match because Riley's been kind of destroyed. So this didn't really show that much, you know, of his kind of, you know, like, ability, really, because he was just kind of doing some quite, like, basic moves, really. But then after the match, he did this whole, like, he had this, like, mist thing, and he, like, misted his hand, and then, like, clawed Riley, and literally was just like, wah, claw to the face. So yeah, that was a bit more of a different kind of, you know, finishing kind of move. Anyway, but we'll see what happens with him. It was only his debut, and obviously it's kind of going to be overshadowed by the return of Brock Lesnar. No one's really going to remember that over Lesnar returning. So anyway, we had the title match, CM Punk versus Mark Henry. Henry had a lot of the offense in this, to be honest. Obviously because Punk's back was still kind of injured from like the WrestleMania match against Jericho. Henry kind of blocks all of his offense, but then Punk manages to hit the diving elbow, and he hits the high knees, and he goes for the bulldog, but Henry's too strong and just throws him like over the top rope, and that ends with Punk getting counted out, obviously, so Henry doesn't win the title, but so Punk, I can't even talk, so Henry's obviously raging, and then he like hits the world's strongest slam on himself, what an idiot, on Punk on the floor. I can't even talk, seriously. I'm not good. So yeah, so he hits the world's strongest slam on Punk on the floor, and then he kind of leaves, but then Jericho like kind of comes through the crowd, and he's like saying about, you know, that he told Punk that he would be the one to make him have his first drink, so he like pours, like, if it's supposed to be like drink or whatever, pours like whiskey or something like all over Punk on the floor, and like kind of, it was hilarious though, because he went to kind of like start like punching Punk, but Jericho like slipped over on the drink, and it was just the most hilarious thing ever. That was brilliant. But anyway, so then he goes and gets another one. He's like, oh, what's that, you want another one? But this time he actually like smashes the bottle over like Punk's head. That was really awesome. So I'm still really interested in this feud. I'm glad that they haven't just like stopped it at kind of WrestleMania. So that's good. So obviously, yeah, this was a really good Raw, people. So then Sheamus comes out getting like booed, like seriously booed, everybody. And yeah, Daniel Bryan now, the whole yes chant, you know, people just chanting yes all the time, is seriously like taking over as like, you know, from what like the what chant used to be. Like literally the crowd was chanting it all, like during like the Punk match, like every time Punk like, you know, did a move, they were like yes, yes, yes. But then when Mark Henry climbed up the top rope to do a splash, they were like no, no, no. So it was, I don't know how long, whether it was just because that crowd was really crazy, but I'm assuming it will probably like catch on as quite a popular chant with the crowd. But Daniel Bryan is like so over now. Obviously I know everyone was like really annoyed that he obviously lost his title in like 18 seconds, but in the long run I think this actually might help him, because serious people are really like supporting him. But it's kind of obviously damaged Sheamus's like babyface run, because people are just booing him now because of what happened. But anyway, so Sheamus comes out, gets booed, he's literally just about to start talking, but then Alberto Del Rio returns. So seriously, there's just like loads of people on the show who are like returning, and he says that he's Sheamus's new challenger. And obviously because of, he's like, you know, Spanish, the crowd were like chanting "sí, sí" instead of "yes, yes" like the whole time he was talking. So yeah, so he says that he has a match against Sheamus on SmackDown, and if he wins it, he'll, you know, get like a title match. But then his like mic cuts out, and he's like, you know, what's going on? So he goes down and gets like takes like Ricardo's one, but then Sheamus like bro kicks him and leaves. So yeah, Sheamus is, yeah, not popular now. Anyway. So we have Kofi Kingston in a match against Cody Rhodes. I don't like it with Cody as not being the champion anymore. It's not the same. He should still be the champion. But anyway, so he hits a beautiful disaster kick. He's gonna like, you know, get the win. But then Big Show comes out and shows like, because obviously Cody's been showing like Big Show's WrestleMania embarrassing moments, but he shows Cody's one, which was him losing last night. So obviously Cody's like all angry and distracted, and Kofi hits a Trouble in Paradise to get the win. Oh, lots happened on this Raw, lots to talk about. And so then it was The Miz facing Zack Ryder. Miz wins the skull-crushing finale. Don't really have a lot else to say about that match. And then, yeah, I've already actually talked about, you know, like the main event segment, so let's just say it again. Brock Lesnar is back, people! Seriously, awesome. I love honestly, Brock Lesnar's music is the best. I loved, you know, his like F5. It's just not going to be the same without Taz now saying, well, cool, here comes the pain on every single episode of SmackDown. But yeah, so I wonder if like he'll actually end up on SmackDown or Raw. I'm assuming it's probably going to be like Raw. Raw seems to be seriously, get all like, you know, like the main kind of people. But, you know, we'll see what happens. And are they doing the brand split again? Brand split. Are they doing the draft again this year? They've already got the brand split. I don't know if they're doing the draft again this year. I assume they will be. They normally kind of like announce it around about now. Because like last year, wasn't it kind of close to when they were in England? So I guess they've got to be doing the England shows either next week or the week after. But, yeah. Anyway, so that was my Raw review. Kind of crazy. I hope I haven't been talking for like too long. My foot's going kind of dead. But no, seriously, leave your thoughts below. Leave your thoughts on Brock Lesnar and, you know, Cena, and obviously if you want The Rock to have like a title shot, if you think that would be good, bad, or if you want him to just go away. Yeah, just comment on everything really. But no, so thank you to my new subscribers. Obviously, because when I stopped, it's really annoying. When I stopped like doing videos for like a while, I like lost loads of subscribers, and it's like, ugh. But you know, never mind. At least my main people, you are still stuck with me and you still comment, so that's good. Anyway, I am going to stop talking now because I've been going on for ages and this will take ages to upload. So thanks for watching this video, and I will try my best to do a video at the weekend. Obviously it's Easter Sunday and I've got like family coming over, so I'm not really sure if I will be able to do it, and I'm staying out Saturday night, so I can't actually watch SmackDown on Saturday, but we'll see what happens. If not, I'll just do like a, you know, joint review next week. Anyway, so thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!